Hey everyone, it's Stephanie, and I am so excited because today is finally my favorite pinks video. And oh my goodness, this was quite the task. So I started off my list with about like 22 favorite pink polishes, and I've narrowed it down to 13 polishes with three honorable mentions, one of those honorable mentions being an entire brand. But hear me out, pink is just absolutely my favorite color. I love pink so much. I am a little bit of a Barbie girl. I was born in the 80s and grew up in the 90s, and pink for little girls was everywhere at that time. But I didn't really get too into, the whole pink aesthetic until I was in high school. And actually, I got my first car, which was a hearse, who I named Delilah. And I got Delilah this adorable sticker with her name on it, and it was like pink Barbie font. Over the years, I've collected a lot of pink and girly decor. You can see a lot of it right behind me. And of course, I've kept a lot of my favorite, like, girly things from when I was a kid, like my beloved Dream Phone back there. Dream Phone's actually probably my favorite board game. Definitely not the most intricate board game, but I do love calling some hunky boys on the phone and finding out which one likes me. So anyway, we're going to be going through my favorite pinks, and you are going to notice a theme very, very soon. When it comes to pinks, I definitely have a type, and that type is a hot, vibrant pink, maybe sometimes verging on magenta, maybe sometimes verging on a warm purple, but to me, they are pinks, and I really like for them to have a blue shimmer. So I apologize in advance. The vast majority of these are going to be some sort of pink with a blue shimmer. Like I said, they might not be pure pinks, but in my head, these are what I think of when I think of pinks with blue shimmers. And there's also a few other pinks in this lineup. This video is just me celebrating my favorite color and a lot of my favorite formula, and I cannot wait to share them with you. So let's go. All right, so as per usual, we are starting with least favorite to most favorite, but these are all favorites, so they're all absolutely fantastic. And I do want to say that number one is my absolute favorite polish of all time. All time, just saying, I love her so much, and oh, I'm just so excited. But anyway, we are going to start off with the bottom of my tops list, and that is Mooncat Merkitten. So Merkitten is this beautiful, vibrant, hot pink base, and it has this lovely blue violet shimmer running through it, and then a little smattering of holographic micro glitter. And I think that this polish is so cute. Of course, it is my favorite formula, which is a pink with a blue shimmer. I love shimmer formulas in general. I would say that shimmers are my second favorite formula after like pure metallic small particle foils. But they're just kind of so close that I can't really compare the two too much. This polish, I feel like, has a bit of a metallic finish. And I feel that way about the other pink with a blue shimmer that Mooncat has. And that one's called, I believe, a Midsummer's Dream. They're both like vaguely metallic in my eyes. So that's kind of why this isn't further up on the list. But I love this polish so much because when they made this polish and they were launching it, they had these ads where they used emojis to kind of show the people on Instagram like what the names might be, and they had them guess. And they put a mermaid and a cat face. And with that combination, I couldn't help but think of mermaid and I was like, please, please, please let it be that. Please let it be that. They didn't call it that. They called it Merkitten. And that was great too, because I actually had this adorable stamp, which is like a Merkitten, literally. So I was really excited to use this and to use that Merkitten stamp. But to me, you will always be mermaid. Anyway, this is Mooncat Merkitten. All right, on the topic of me having a dirty mind that I will share with anybody, anytime, anywhere, this next one is Zombie Claw in my smut era. I love this polish. So this polish is a beautiful, deep, I would say probably magenta polish with a lovely violet shimmer. And this was from the Zombie Claw Smut collection. So I was made aware of this collection from one of my BFFs, Nikki's Nails. And she was like, man, we've got to get this. This is so cool because, I write a lot of smutty stuff. So I was definitely interested in this collection. I didn't get every single polish from this collection. The two that I got were this in my Smut era and Good Girl, which was a white shimmer, very sheer white shimmer. Haven't quite learned how to use that one, but this one is just so gorgeous. This has kind of a polygel feel when applied to the nails. It is very, very transparent. I wouldn't call it sheer because that color really delivers, but it's a very, very clear, beautiful pink polish with that blue shimmer. I love it. And I am always in my Smut era. So I was really happy to grab this one. This is Zombie Claw in my Smut era. All right, this next one I think is going to be a bit controversial, not because of what it is, but more like what it isn't. Because I said that there was going to be one Holo Taco on this list, and people automatically assumed it was going to be Hot Wire Pink. And it's not. It is actually Holo Taco Life in Plastic. This polish is so cute. It is so Barbie core. It takes me right back to the 90s and jelly sandals and like inflatable chairs and just everything that made the 90s so cute and pink and precious. And I know that I said in the last video that I liked that purple polish like Totally by Orly, that holographic jelly, more than Holo Taco's version because it delivered a little bit less color. This one I couldn't feel more different about. I love the color in this polish. It's a jelly and it shows this holo so well, but it is almost opaque. It is just so glorious and wonderful to look at, and this whole collection was to die for. I have the VHS box right back there behind my dream phone and my Furby, and underneath my really, really janky Gushers polishes that I bought at Five Below. Those are not vintage. Those are very, very new. But yeah, it was such a cute collection. And I love the little bag they were selling with it. That is like literally right behind my head over there. And I think that theming wise, this was the best collection of Holo Taco ever made. And it was the only collection that I've ever rushed to get the box for. I have never rushed to get the box, but this one I did. So A plus, Christine, you really got me with this one. This is Holo Taco Life in Plastic. It's fantastic. All right, coming up next is a polish that I saw on Polish Pickup and thought it was gorgeous, but thought that once it got here, it was just going to be one of those polishes that would be kind of pushed to the back of my drawer and I would never really wear it again. But boy, was I wrong. I've worn this probably like 3 times since I got it, and for me, that is a lot, and that is Monarch Lacquer Let Your Power Shine. So if I am correct, this was from the Folklore and Fairy Tales Polish Pickup Month, and this is based off of like Disney's Rapunzel, or Disney's Tangled, but the princess is called Rapunzel, and it is this gorgeous large particle multi-chrome formula, and I think it might have some blue in it. That might just be kind of the multi-chrome playing with my eyes. I still don't know how multi-chrome works. Like, I would love to make more videos about light and color, but dang, it's not easy. Light and color is so weird, and multi-chromes are like one of the weirdest, let me tell you. But like, yeah, when I'm looking at this, I am definitely seeing like a blue. So maybe there's a blue shimmer in there, or maybe my eyes are just playing tricks on me. But this is such a gorgeous polish. It flips just the way that you would want it to from those pictures on Polish Pickup. It delivered exactly what it was advertising, and I am so happy with it. And honestly, I think I have 3 Monarch lacquers, maybe one more. I know that I got one at Polish Pickup, and they are all just incredible. But I want to kind of slip in a little bit of an honorable mention into this video because I just got a Monarch lacquer polish that, had I had it 2 weeks ago, would have been probably number 2 or maybe 3 in my top purples. I just can't decide. I can't decide if I could let it unseat Dream Within a Dream. But honestly, given the fact that I don't have to use a magnet to use it, maybe it would have. Anyway, this is Monarch Lacquer Truth or Dare, and this was from the Slumber Party themed polish pickup. I was expecting so much more from that month than I got, but the 2 polishes I did get that month, absolutely blew me away. And this one especially. So this is a beautiful, gorgeous, extremely warm toned purple, very, very verging on pink. I'm wearing it on my nails now. Honestly, on my nails, I probably would call it a pink, but I remember in the description it was called purple, and I just did that video all about indigo and the color spectrum, and I absolutely know what purple is now. So I just can't bring myself to do it, or for some reason. But yeah, it's got that beautiful purple base. It's got a gorgeous blue shimmer, and it's got these multi-shaped black glitters in it to die for. To die for. I cannot stop looking at this on my hand. I've been wearing it for like 5 days. I would like to take Cirque Coronation, which is on this hand, off and just put this on. But I have like a bunch of manis I need to do, and I'm going to need to do them in very quick succession over the next few days. So I'm so sorry, my love, my dearest. I'm not going to be able to wear you for a little while longer. But yeah, so here's an honorable mention. This should have been in the purples video. Sadly, I did not have it yet. I didn't know how wonderful it was, but this is Monarch Lacquer Truth or Dare. Oh, mwah, chef's kiss. All right, coming up next is the first of two creams, and this is a polish that is a little bit sentimental, but I still think is a worthwhile budget buy, and that is Salon Perfect Oh Snap. So this polish is gorgeous. It is just this gorgeous, warm, hot pink, warm, hot pink. You get the idea. It's pretty close to like an orangey pink, but it's still very solidly in that pink territory. And it is just a beautiful eye-searing pink. This is kind of favoriteception. I saw this on Kelly Marissa's favorite pinks video like way back in the day when I was first starting to get into nail polish, because that's how I grew my collection at first. I didn't want to just go out and try everything. So I watched Kelly Marissa's favorites videos, and especially when it came to creams, I bought the stuff that she recommended because I wanted to do nail art. And I knew that I needed kind of a baseline collection of colors. So she recommended this from the Salon Perfect Neon Pop collection. The Neon Pop collection seems to be a very, very good budget neon collection. I don't think any of them need white bases. They're full coverage, they're opaque. This one is a little bit patchy, mostly because it doesn't self-level. If you can get, an even coat over the entire nail, it will be opaque. But yeah, when you first put it on, it doesn't really perform crazy well, but with the top coat, it really brings it to that next level. It flattens out all of the ridges, and this one looks absolutely stunning. I got some great pictures of this in front of a green store that I occasionally go to. The wall is just such a beautiful green color, and so I love taking pictures in front of it. And of course, I had to put my flip and sheeb on over it. This is just such a fun, funky pink, and I love it so much. This is Salon Perfect Oh Snap. All right, coming up, we're back on target with my favorite formula. This is Barb from Sassy Sauce. So Barb is a gorgeous pink, almost cream, not quite crelly. Like, this is a very opaque polish, and it has a stunning blue violet shimmer. This polish is just the pinkest pink you can imagine. And that's the thing that I think blue does to a pink polish. Somehow a blue shimmer makes pinks more pink. Why is that? I want to know. Maybe I'll try to find out, but I don't even know if that is information I can gather or information that is accurate. But to me, a blue shimmer can make any pink look better. And this one looks absolutely stunning. So Sassy Sauce says that this is supposed to be like a older, more mature, classy Barbie polish. I don't know if it's necessarily classier than any other Barbie polish, but I absolutely love this. I love the name. I love the look. Sassy Sauce has so many incredible polishes, incredible formulas. I just love them so much. But yeah, this is Sassy Sauce Barb, and it is outstanding. All right, coming up next is what is probably the only light pink in my lineup. I have another one that is like kind of light pink, but this is the only one that I would call like a baby pink. But of course, to appeal to me, it's got to have one thing, and that's a blue shimmer. So this is Orly's Beautifully Bizarre. I love this polish. This polish is glorious. It's an amazing baby pink crelly with a blue shimmer running throughout. This polish makes my skin look so gorgeous. Something about it just makes my skin look brighter and better. I don't know what it is, but I am here for it. I actually got this bottle from Mediocre Manny's because she hyped up this polish so much and it looked so gorgeous and I wanted it so bad and I kept trying to get it and it kept being sold out on the Orly website. So finally, when she came and visited me about a year ago, she brought me over a bottle and I have been obsessed ever since. This polish does apply a little bit patchy. A lot of these like cream shimmer formulas from Orly do end up being a little bit patchy, but if you're patient enough, if you apply enough coats, you can usually make it work. And a lot of people love this polish. So clearly the patchiness hasn't really gotten anybody too upset. This is one of those polishes that I can absolutely identify from like a mile away. Like literally somebody just posted it on our Discord in their TJ Maxx haul. And I was like, is that Beautifully Bizarre? And they're like, how could you tell? And I'm like, I can never forget her. How dare you? So beautiful, so wonderful. The only baby pink that I want to wear, that is Orly Beautifully Bizarre. All right, coming up next is the other polish I got from this last polish pickup, and I wonder if you can guess what polish it is. I'll give you a second. Okay, second done. It is Sizzlin Shades Dream Phone. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. This so perfectly encapsulates the Dream Phone vibe. I mentioned earlier that I have my old Dream Phone from when I was a kid and that I loved that game, but seriously, somehow that game means everything to me. In fact, my entire Twitch stream setup, my overlay is all Dream Phone themed. I even have hunky boys that are the icons for my most recent follower and most recent sub. I love them because they're just labeled follower and sub. And of course, my favorite is sub. I think he's perfect. Anyway, I love this game and I have another Dream Phone themed polish, but it does not in any way compare to this one. That one I was kind of like, well, I'm going to get that, but like the vibes, they're a little bit off. These vibes are absolutely spot on. And I have to say that I love the vibes of Sizzlin Shades Lacquer. First off, I just love their little logo. It is so like 90s corporate and I love like 90s corporate stuff. I know it's so silly, but like the music that plays in the Two Lacquered Ladies podcast, my podcast with my friend Danny Shout, like we chose that music specifically to kind of like sound like a corporate training trying to be hip. And I love it. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to want to change that. And Sizzlin Shades also seems to have like so many interests in common with me. They released an entire Labyrinth collection, and I am going to be sharing one of those polishes in my grays video. So definitely like stay tuned for that. But yeah, like I love this polish. I love this brand. I can't wait to get more from them. This is Sizzlin Shades Dream Phone. It's for you. All right, everyone, we're in the home stretch. We are up to the top 4 favorite pink polishes. And coming up next is Cadillacquer Mascot. So Mascot is a polish that is, again, a little bit sentimental. I bought this when I was on a road trip with Hillary from Mediocre Manny's and Stacy, aka Quality Nails. And we were going to the What's Up nail store in Arizona. May she rest in peace. And it was just such an amazing time. And going to a place where I could shop for nail polish, like on racks, like a regular store, that was just absolutely mind blowing to me. And seeing stuff like Cadillacquer on the shelf, that was just absolutely beyond. So I think that both me and Hillary bought this. I know I remember seeing this in her favorite Pinks Redux video, but there is a reason for it. This is a gorgeous pink jelly with different size blue, blurple-ish hex glitters. And of course, this is a Cadillacquer. And when I think of Cadillacquer, I think of these hex glitter polishes and how organic the hex glitters tend to look in them. I just think that they look so special, so amazing. This is just such a wonderful, vibrant color, and I just think it's absolutely fantastic. This is Cadillacquer Mascot. Okay, everyone, get ready, because coming up next is the polish that started it all in regards to my obsession with pinks with blue shimmers, and that is Cirque Colors Flamingo. So Cirque Colors Flamingo was from the California Dreaming collection. It came out like the first year I was really into polish, so it was probably like 2021. Yeah, that sounds right to me. It is this gorgeous, lighter, hot pink crelly with a blue shimmer running throughout and a smattering of holographic glitters. It is so perfect. It glows so amazingly. I put this on and I could not believe how vibrant and pink it looked. And then when I got it under black light, I was even more in love. I had never seen anything glow like that under black light. I've seen stuff since, but at the time, I was absolutely amazed by this. It is just such a beautiful Barbie color. And of course, I love that it was called the California Dreamin' Collection because I love my home state. But one thing that's a problem with the Orly California Dreams Collection or California Dreamin' Collection is that a lot of the names are like not California. And this one is no exception. Cirque, I know you're in New York. I understand. But we do not naturally have flamingos in California. You are thinking of Florida. You were also thinking of Florida when you named the polished Kokomo, because that is off the Florida Keys. They say it in the song and everything. There was one polish called Catalina. That's definitely a California thing. And I know there were a few more polishes in the collection. I don't remember their names, but this one always stands out to me like, hey, hey, hey. If you're thinking about flamingos, then you are definitely dreaming of California because you are not here. Anyway, this is Cirque Colors Flamingo. Okay, we're in our top two. And as the top two goes in a lot of my videos, they're not the same, they're similar. The first one is Sequoia by Loud Lacquer. This is a glorious pink with a blue shimmer. So the pink is definitely more on the magenta side. And actually, I would say it might even kind of like edge towards oxblood, but because of that blue shimmer, it just looks pink to me. I love this polish so much. It definitely has a jelly-like vibe, but the coverage on this one is so opaque. The color is just absolutely stunning. Just on that first swipe, this polish is just like, bam, in your face with that color. This also came from a California themed collection, but Loud Lacquer seemed to actually know what cities and things were in California. The two that I can remember from this collection were this and Coachella. And I love Sequoia National Park. Sequoia National Park is a place in California where you can find sequoia trees, and sequoia trees are some of the biggest trees in the world, if not the biggest trees in the world. They are a kind of redwood. I went there a few years ago with my husband and his parents, and it was absolutely a life-changing experience. I had never seen anything so beautiful because of how the light comes through the trees. It really looks kind of like a dark ride come to life. There were things that I saw even on the way there that I didn't even know you could see in California. California is just one of the most beautiful places in the world, and I had such a myopic view of it, just basically being from Orange County and going to Disneyland and not really like experiencing the rest of the state. But if you have a chance to go to Sequoia National Park and see these incredible trees for yourself and just see the incredible land around it, please do that because I cannot express how gorgeous it is. It is even more gorgeous than this polish, and that is saying something. Anyway, this is Loud Sequoia. I love it so much. Okay, everybody, last but not least, here it is. This is my favorite polish of all time. All time, just saying, this is Cirque Colors Wild Berry West. Oh, I love this polish. I know I just said it like a million times. This is the most incredible polish that I own, and I never expected to love it the way that I do. So basically, the Cirque Cowboy collection, or whatever they were calling it, was coming out, and I had started to get into pinks with blue shimmers. And I saw Wildberry West, and I was like, you know what? I'll give that one a try. It'll probably just end up being pushed to the back of my drawer. I'll probably just be wearing Cirque Flamingo every day for the rest of my life, but I'm gonna get this one. And wow, did I undersell this one to myself. So a lot like Zombie Claw Lacquer, Wildberry West has this polygel vibe about it, but it just goes so hard, so much harder. I really feel like my nails are made of polygel when I wear this. It's just like they're a completely different material. They're see-through, they're jelly-like, it's incredible. This is definitely more of a magenta, almost purple base. Like they say it's berry, it is berry, but when I think of this, I think of pink. It has a gorgeous blue-violet shimmer, a smattering of holographic glitter. I wore this at my vow renewal. My husband and I have been married now for a little over 11 years. And 2 years ago, we had a vow renewal. My first wedding, I actually just did French tips because I wasn't into nails. And I'm like, oh, it's fancy. I'll get French tips. But man, I wish I could go back in time and hand this to the person who did my manicure on my wedding day, because I love this so much and it would have gone perfectly with our wedding. We love pink in this household, not just me, but my husband too. So both our first wedding and our vow renewal were very pink centric. It's one of the things that brings us together. And this polish is just so special to me. If you don't have a bottle of this was not limited edition. Go grab it. Like if you're buying the Vice collection this year or their new collection of Shimmer Graphics, which like that blue, usually blues are not singing to me, but that blue is singing to me. Just add to cart. Just treat yourself. Add this to cart. You will not regret it. This is Cirque Wildberry West. She is mwah, chef's kiss. She is my love. She is my lady, and I will stand by her forever. All right, it's time for our honorable mentions. So first off is a polish that I didn't put on my purples list because I didn't understand purple at the time. And I was like, I'm going to put it in my pinks. And then I was like, no, it's too purple to go in my pink. So I'm putting it in the honorable mentions. This is OPI's Pompeii Purple. This is a very, very warm toned purple with a beautiful blue violet shimmer in it. And I love it for two reasons. One, it is a pink with a blue shimmer, and two, it has the word Pompeii in it. And if you know me, you know I love me some Pompeii. So for some backstory, I went to Pompeii in 2010 as part of a travel course. We were studying ancient theater architecture. Unfortunately, we could not go to the theater in Pompeii because apparently you literally have to go spelunking through somebody's basement to get there. So we didn't do that, but we did go to Pompeii, and it was just such an incredible experience. First off, I was not expecting to be so emotionally moved by Pompeii. If you don't know, for some reason, Pompeii was basically buried in ash after Mount Vesuvius erupted. It was a bustling port city. It did a lot of trades. There was a lot of people when Mount Vesuvius erupted. And when excavations were started on the site, they decided to pour concrete into like basically the holes left behind by the decayed bodies of the people who died in the tragedy and make casts of their bodies, which I think that people don't necessarily agree with anymore. I think I've read something about how like maybe they shouldn't have done that, but they do have these casts of people's bodies, and seeing them is just it is like next level. I was not prepared for that. I was very glad I was wearing sunglasses that day because I was sobbing. But more importantly, there are phalluses all over Pompeii. And I love that for Pompeii. Even if you're just walking around Pompeii and you look at the ground, in the stone on the ground are carved phalluses that if you follow their trajectory will lead you to basically the red light district. You can visit the old brothels on the wall. They have pictures of the positions you can order basically, so that if, sailors coming in from other countries couldn't speak the language, they could just point at it like a Denny's menu. And I was just so enthralled with that. It was amazing. At the time, the image of a phallus, especially a winged phallus, was like basically a sign of fertility and plenty and good luck. So they were everywhere. There are charms for them everywhere, in people's houses, in frescoes, in mosaics. They were all over the place. And they even had these stands that were just covered in statues of these winged phalluses that you could buy. And so my friend went up to one of them and she bought one that was made out of volcanic ash. And I was like, I need that. And so I went up and they were all out of those. So I was looking at the spread and I was like, oh, which one should I get? I guess I'll just get this little one because I just don't have a lot of space in my bag. And the guy running the stand was like, no, you need the big one. And I was like, I do. And he was like, yeah, you like get the big one. You got to get the big one. And I was like, I just don't even have space for that in my bag. And he was like, you know what? I'll let you have it for the same price as the little one. That dude knew what I needed that day. And I still have that winged phallus. And in fact, you can see my artistic rendition of some Pompeans over on Instagram. And in one of the pictures, I am holding that exact statue. So yeah, long story short, Too late. This is OPI Pompeii Purple, and I love it. All right, next up is not just one polish, but an entire brand as an honorable mention, because I have to say this brand loves pink just as much as I do, if not more. It's just that none of their polishes quite made it onto my list, but I had to mention them, and that is Cupcake Polish. So the polishes that I have chosen from Cupcake Polish to represent this today, first are Gamma. Gamma is a beautiful hot pink jelly, and it is just chock full of these like light violet flakies. That's probably the reason it didn't make it higher up on this list. Like these flakies, they're beautiful, but they're not quite blue enough for me to really, really love this polish, but I still think it is such a gorgeous one. And that leads us to the next one, which almost got on this list, but I just didn't feel like I had enough to say about it to really respect it as one of my favorites, and that is Cupcake Polish Fabulous. So this is a gorgeous magenta jelly, and it is just chock full of these true blue flakies and little black specks. And you would think that this would be like one of my top polishes because I love blue flakies, I love the magenta base, and I love these little black flecks. And I think this one is just so cute. I want to wear this one more because I have a feeling that if I gave this one kind of more of the time of day that I do to all these other polishes, I think I would fall in love with it just as much because it has those little black flakies. But it didn't quite make it there today, but I still just wanted to point this out. This is such a cute polish. It's such a fun name, and I think it's great. And the last one from this brand is a little bit of a cult favorite, and I have to admit, I actually don't like it that much, but I do respect it for what it is, and that is Cupcake Polish Mr. Mint. Mr. Mint is a hot pink polish packed with holographic micro glitters, and they're all the same size, and that's kind of the problem that I have with it. With this sort of formula, and Cupcake has a lot of them, and they're very, very popular, they always kind of like don't go on the way I want them to. They are very reminiscent of the glitter polishes I had when I was a kid in the 90s, but on me, they always look chunky. They always eat so much top coat. I can never get them fully smooth, but I hear people really, really love this one. So I had to get it, and I got it, and you know, it's okay. But if you're into the finish, if you're into the holo, I think you should go check it out because so many people love this polish so much. This is Cupcake Polish Mr. Mint. All right, so that is it for my favorite pinks. Thank you all so much for sitting through just my self-indulgent showcase of all of my pinks with blue shimmers. I know they're very, very similar, but they all have a very special place in my heart. Anyway, if you like this video, please give me a like. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and you can see whenever I post a new video. I also have a podcast with my friend, Danny Shout. It's called Two Lacquered Ladies. We talk about nail polish and we talk about stuff that isn't about nail polish. It's a pretty wild time, so join us for that. And if you haven't had enough of me, I stream on Twitch usually on Fridays and Sundays. This month is my birthday month, and I go a little bit crazy on my birthday month over on the Discord, which you can join, link in description, and over on my Twitch. So if you want to have a very niche, wild, Stephanie-themed time, join us over there. Anyway, have a really awesome day. Be excellent to each other, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye!